Get my coffee ready. We'll do this thing. There we go. That's good. Got my sign. Got my coffee. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Monday, July 1st, 2019. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Oh, made it extra strong today. So good. Well, as you can see, a live episode. Somehow, Saturday night, internet access came back up here at home. I have no idea why. Nothing happened. I wasn't even home. It just did. And now we have internet. And so I can make the show. I can do the show live. What's going to be super fun about that is that since nothing changed, there's no reason that I should be confident that it won't go back down again. And when Comcast comes, they're probably going to show up and be like, oh, it works. See ya. Joy. But let's face it, if that's the worst thing going on in my life, things are going pretty well. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I had a great time this weekend. I was in Maine with almost everyone from Team Whistlekick. They competed at the, I don't remember what annual Summer Spectacular in Saco, Maine, hosted by Shihan and Andy Campbell, who has been on the show. And we had an absolute great time. Team did very, very well. Ooh, there were statements made on the competition floor. People are starting to recognize that this is a team. It's a real team. We've got real stuff going on. And there were team meals and support. And it's just a great group of people that I enjoy spending time with. So I'm glad I had that opportunity. And then after competition on Saturday, the majority of us went out to dinner. And a shout out to, I don't remember her name, the server at Red Robin who handled the chaos in stride. And then most of us, again, hung out, had a couple drinks, just socialized back at the hotel. And then we just started to split off, people leaving Friday night, and some left Saturday night, some left Sunday early, some stuck around, and I drove home Sunday late afternoon, got back, and you know what I did? I didn't even go home. I went to the gym, worked out, tried to work off some of the food. I ate a lot. It was a good time. I am very happy that this show's coming out live again because I missed Thursday entirely. Friday was pre-recorded. I don't like doing that. I miss you guys, even though I don't see you. You know, I feel like I have this obligation to do the show because I've said I do this show every day. And so when I don't do the show, or I don't do the show live, bums me out. So here we are. So knock on wood. That was a cat toy. Knock on wood that we won't have any more issues. It's Monday. Happy Monday. So we've got an episode of Martial Arts Radio out with Sensei. Pretty sure that's his title. Let me double check. Sensei Lee Taylor. A gentleman from the UK. No, it doesn't show up on my own feed there. Hold on. We're looking. It's telling me that I'm live. Isn't that neat? Yeah, Sensei Lee Taylor. Gentleman from the UK who, just a cool guy. You know, we had a great chat. Good stories. So check that out when you're done here. Probably need more than a cup of coffee to get through that one because it's Martial Arts Radio. We go for a while. All right, but there were some questions. No, don't play it. Don't play it. Stop. Stop. I pressed the wrong button. All right. this. Oh, ugh. Was it this one? Here, yes. This is the one. Okay, so we had a few questions come in, and let's answer them. To you, what is a true martial artist? A true martial artist is someone who practices martial arts. I don't think it needs to be defined any more specifically than that, because I don't feel that I have the right to say what is a true martial artist or not beyond that. There will be people who make comments about what's in their heart or ability to defend themselves and things like that. If you practice martial arts, you are a true martial artist. If martial arts were conceived today, how do you think it would be different? That is a great question. I like that question a lot. I think if martial arts were conceived today, the idea of weapons would not exist. I don't think we would do anything with the weapons that we have in place. We may do some things with knives. Well, do I agree with that now that I'm thinking about it? The weapons would at least be different. We might do something with knives. We might do something with sticks, staff. We would definitely not be using nunchaku, kama, tunfa, swords. Maybe we would use a flashlight. That's an inside joke. Some of you might get that. And for those of you that don't, it's fine. Don't try. How else would it be different? I fear that we would not put the same emphasis on the personal development aspects. When you think about every other physical discipline that's come out in the last 30 years, they've all had the goal of improving you physically. CrossFit, Zumba, jazzercise, they've all been fitness disciplines. Even something that starts to move away from that a little bit, parkour, MoveNat, that primal movement stuff, which I think is great. I love that stuff. It is not formalized in a way that will lead to personal development. So I think that would be my concern over how it would be different. Any other ways it would be different? No, we're going to go with those. All right. And then our last question for today. Remember, if you want to ask a question, then please do. I love answering questions. Drop it below, right here on this episode, and I'll answer it next time I record, which hopefully is tomorrow morning, assuming the internet stays up and is not stupid. Can you tell I'm skeptical? Can you think of any famous people who practice martial arts but do something else for a living? Yes. All right, there are so many people out there, so many celebrities that train in martial arts. Ed O'Neill, known for Modern Family and Married with Children. There we go. Has a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's an actor. Wesley Snipes is an actor. Has rank in something. I don't remember what. Forrest Whitaker, actor. And then you've got someone like Flex Wheeler, who was a professional bodybuilder but also held martial arts rank. Joe Rogan has rank in BJJ. I don't know if he's a black belt. I apologize for not knowing that. But he has a black belt in Taekwondo, is of course host of the Joe Rogan Experience and commentator for the UFC. Who else we got? Who's the current? I would be surprised if there were not currently NBA players. There always seems to be a handful of NBA players who are training during their off season in martial arts. NFL players as well. But there are a bunch out there. If you dig in, and we've had folks like this on the show. Sherman Augustus, NFL player, martial artist, actor, into the Badlands, and a really good guy. Really liked having him on the show. You know, I think it would not surprise me if there were more celebrities, let's use that generic term, who train than is put out publicly. Because if you're a celebrity, you've already got people messing with you. You've already got security concerns. Advertising that you train in martial arts is probably not going to help those. It's probably more likely to bring out the crazy in people and say, oh, you do karate? Mr. Fancy Rich Man, do you want to fight? Ugh. Unfortunately, it's probably true. So, I could imagine that there are a lot of celebrities out there training one-on-one with martial arts instructors and just not talking about it. I think the benefits physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually are accepted enough that if you had the resources, aka time and money, and trying to maintain as many of those aspects of your life in as little time as possible, martial arts would seem sensible. Especially if you are engaged in some kind of trade that requires physical expression, whether that be something physically intense like professional sports or something where you need to connect to your physical body like acting or music. I could see musicians. Are there musicians I know of who train? We had one on the show. Drummer from the Toadies? What was his name? He wrote a book. I'm going to Google this because I'm in. We've had enough guests now that it's hard for me to remember everyone's name. And especially early on. Donovan Blair. Donnie Blair. Mr. Donovan Blair. Sorry. So there's a professional musician. I don't think we've had any other professional musicians. So, yeah. That answers your question. Now, what's going on with me today? I'll give you homework in a moment. But I'll tell you what's going on with me today, and then I'm going to give you some homework, and we'll go from there. It is supposed to be nice out, so my plans are to do my normal Monday things. I have to deal with Comcast. Cat is getting acupuncture. I got to bring the trash out. Normal things. But it's supposed to be nice, so I'm going to get on the motorcycle, ride out to some meetings. Looking forward to that. It will only be my second time on the bike this year. Wow, it's July. But it'll be worth it. I'll have to ride through that construction on the highway. Ugh. Oh well. Gonna do it anyway. So doing that, depending on the timing of meetings, I may be going to Taekwondo, I may be going to CrossFit. We have to see. I don't know yet. We'll find out. A lot will depend on the way things go. Part of the reason to go to Taekwondo is that there's a uniform that is in final sampling that might start showing up. It has a very special feature that you will have to wait and find out about. If you're a Taekwondo, tell you what, if you're watching this in the next week, in the first week of July, and you are a martial arts school owner, and you are interested in purchasing Taekwondo style pullover uniforms. We're going to do we may not do it publicly, but I think we're doing a pre-order just to lessen the financial impact on bringing in the minimum. So shoot me an email, jeremy@whistlekick.com. Yes, I know. Normally I do this stuff. I make big splashes, big announcements about not doing that today, or on this project. Keeping this one a little bit quieter, and since those of you on First Cup tend to be a smaller group, I feel comfortable letting you know. All right, what else we got? I think that's all I got for today. So, here's your homework. What did we talk about? Here's what I want you to do. As you go through your day and you have interactions with people and you see that people might be lacking in an area, whatever that is, could be physically, could be emotionally, I want you to identify the people who might benefit from martial arts. I want you to see in your mind how they could get better, how their lives would be better, how they would benefit from martial arts training. That's the thrust of the homework. I just want you to identify it in the people that you talk to today. Now, if you have the opportunity, without judgment, without it seeming crazy, if there's a way that you can bring up with them that you do martial arts and how it has benefited you in a way that you think they might also appreciate, I want you to do that. I don't want you to go up to someone and say, you know what, you're overweight, you should do martial arts. Nope, not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is someone's talking to you about how they're feeling overwhelmed in life, how they don't feel like they have control over what's going on. I understand that. I've felt that before. Sometimes I still feel that way. But you know what's really been helpful for me is martial arts. Oh, really? How's that helped you? Well, it's given me the tools and an outlet so that when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I can train and I feel better, or whatever it is for you. And if they seem interested, talk to them more. See if you can help guide people. We all have an opportunity. I wouldn't go so far as to say a responsibility, but the option to help people find martial arts. Martial arts makes people better. So why should we not help the world? You, we all have an opportunity to make the world a better place in a very, very simple way. And that's by helping people find martial arts. Not in a religious way, not in a strong-armed way, but sometimes people just need a recommendation. Just tell them how it's made your life better. All right. Don't forget, we do this show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. But you can catch it later at firstcupwithjeremy.com or in your podcast app. Don't forget, check out Martial Arts Radio. Today's episode was Sensei Lee Taylor. And if you want to email me, jeremy@whistlekick.com is the place to do it. Hope to see some questions come in from some of you, maybe some comments. Hope you all have a wonderful Monday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care. Peace.